Speaker Kevin McCarthy says House members are making progress towards reaching a deal to avert a government shutdown.
But his statement comes as infighting in the Republican Party stalls the advancement of bills in Congress. The House Speaker says lawmakers are continuing to work through a bill to fund the government. Although the shutdown deadline is just over a week away, McCarthy said he is, quote, never going to give up on reaching a solution.
I don't know if any of you ever played sports. Did you quit before the game was over? If you went into overtime, did you quit during that time too? I think this is where the most significant change happens. And that's why what we're going through right now, and I'm going to stay with it and solve the problem.
Yesterday, five far-right conservatives joined Democrats in voting against a resolution to debate a defense bill, and plans to advance the overall short-term spending measures were shelved. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now. So, Scott, what is driving this division among House Republicans?
And we just heard from the House Speaker a few moments ago, again in this hallway, reiterating what he's been saying all week, that he's not going to give up and that progress can be made. But there's every indication as this week progresses that not only is a shutdown possible, the shutdown is increasingly likely because some of the relationships needed to patch together a deal are becoming unbound. And that's part of what's driving things, to answer your question. Republicans need to find a way to get together. The different factions of the Republican Party will have to if they want to pass a party line bill to start negotiations with the Senate on how to keep the government open. And right now, the Republicans can't muster their own votes. There are different factions with different priorities, and at this point, they're voting different ways. You see the deadline, still set for October 1st. That leaves only 11 days to get nearly 11 spending bills passed or a shorter-term continuing resolution. And at this point, there are a number of holdouts in the House Freedom Caucus, the more conservative wing of the House Republican Conference, who say they want to see spending cut much more significantly than has been proposed. What's more, there are now, according to Congressman Matt Gaetz, the Florida Freedom Caucus member in the Republican Conference, multiple proposed motions to vacate, a real Washington, D.C. term, which means motions to potentially call for Kevin McCarthy's job as House Speaker. That's how we began this day. After all the drama yesterday, an easy-to-pass bill traditionally failed on the House floor. And then I watched Lana and Lilia, multiple groups of Republicans come out to the Capitol steps for news conferences to criticize each other. Pretty ominous sign.
Well, Scott, I definitely want to get into the palace intrigue of it all. But before we talk about McCarthy's job security, let's actually dig into the meat, the substance of it. How likely is it that Congress is going to pass a spending bill by the September 30th deadline? It doesn't sound very good, given what you're telling us.
Stand by 1 second as the House Speaker walks by me. I'm going to take a listen here. Any breakthroughs, Mr. Speaker? Okay. 2 or 3 people have just asked the same question, got the same answer. We're working, from House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The question you asked is a good one, so let's return to it now that the House Speaker has walked past me. What are the odds of a spending deal getting done by October 1st? Well, any deal is going to require some composition of Republicans and Democrats. It's going to require Democratic votes if for no other reason Democrats control the U.S. Senate and President Biden will have to sign it. The question is, when will the House Republicans open the door to that prospect in the House chamber? There are a number of reasons why they're concerned about doing so. There have already been criticisms for Kevin McCarthy for working with Democrats to avert that debt ceiling crisis. Doing so in such a compacted time frame also seems to be a challenge. These are trillion-dollar plans with enormous impact on Americans. To rush them through seems to be a high bar.
All right, Scott, we'll let you make that 180. Thank you so much.